Arthur Green tells this story from when he was living in Berkeley, which really the story could take place in Boulder. He and his family walking down the street, and they went by a New Age bookstore. There was a big sign in the window that says, Scientology does not work. Connective yoga does not work. Christianity does not work. You work. And he reminds us that when asked what Hasidism was about, Rabbi Mendel of Kutsk replied, to work on yourself. Let's go open up the So my question was, how can Judaism help us do our work? What can we do during this month of Elul to prepare ourselves to make Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur more meaningful? Anyone come up with any thoughts or ideas about that? Yeah. Lisa?
I was thinking that a lot of Rosh Hashanah is about recounting. You know, we recount our sins and we apologize for them. But it's also about recounting the good things that we did. And just sort of trying to think of all of that after you've been fasting all day. You might miss something, and you might miss something important. So maybe taking some of the time that we have when we're driving or brushing our teeth or whatever and start thinking about the year, kind of summing it up.
Great. So taking that very work that we hear about all day on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, expanding it. Start reflecting on the year now. Yeah. There's another runner coming. Anyone else have any ideas or ways that we could do that reflecting? Specific things to reflect on or times to reflect on it?
Well, I think we just take time.
Yeah.
That's an important element of that, certainly in my life, that we make a special time every day or every couple of days. It might be just the same time in the same place, and think and reflect.
So it might be every night before I go to bed, or that might be too disturbing. It might be when I wake up in the morning.
Right.
I was just going to say also, think about what happened last year and, what we can do to create an even better year and to give more of ourselves, to be a better person. What can we do in the year ahead to make that an even more significant year for us than it was the year before.
Beautiful. Yeah.
I think what's really nice is Judaism gives us this moment, and so we're not going through it by ourselves. And so, our community together is kind of reflecting, so it's not just an individual thing, it's a community, and it's, all, Jewish people all over the world are kind of thinking about the previous year and what they can do for the next year.
Very nice.
I was going to say something about community. Raj and I go to the same barber. But, I think, to me, one of the central components and tenets of Judaism is about creating community. And that's for, at least 3 different ways. So, as Raj says, it creates a space and an opportunity for us to gather. We're gathering now, talking about it, engaging it, and doing that. So it's a structural space and it's a community space, but it also gives us the safety that we know that we're doing this in a safe space. This is a group of people who get together and do this. But it's also a community that holds us accountable, too, so that sometimes we might not remember what it was that we had promised we were going to do from the last year or what we were going to go about doing. And this is a community that holds us to our truest selves. And all of this is designed so that we can be our better selves, and in part to feed back really to that community, to make it sort of a better community and a better space.
Nice. Yeah.
So I just want to add one thing, if that's okay to piggyback, but that's exactly one of the things that the old teaching about Elul. Elul is an acronym that stands for Ani L'Dodi V'Dodi Li. I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine. And it's on one level, it's between us and God, but that doesn't. Who can grasp that? How we learn about ourselves and grow is in community. So what you're saying is exactly the teaching of Elul.
So with that, let's head on up, and we'll continue this. We're not going to go to our usual Little Rock because we've got too many people. So we're going to go to our big expansive rock, which is a little